solo. Solo. Siempre ando solo. Andando por la calle ando solo. Riding through the streets I'm always solo.
Be always on low.
Visions.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm hustling. Ready to go, bro.
That's what's up, bro. Let me ask you a question. How you stay so humble yet so large?
Oh man, we're hungry, bro. It's a never-ending hunger for more, you know. So I mean, being humble, I feel like is everything. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
And until everybody's eating with us, you know, even then, we definitely don't want to plateau and get satisfied with what we're doing. So we have no choice but to stay humble.
Where do you think that hunger come from?
You know, I mean, starting off, I mean, we did everything from scratch. We do everything from scratch. You know, we know what it takes to genuinely get here. We know what it takes to be consistent in a company. And one thing it takes is hunger. You got to really want it, that ambition, you know, that fire in your belly. You got to have that.
Facts.
Especially now. I mean, push comes to shove before you make it, you know, so you got to be able to get over that hill.
Facts.
Yeah.
Where you from, though?
I was born in LA, actually.
Hey.
So yeah. But I've been here since I was 7, so you know.
Okay, you Floridian.
South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, 954 all day.
Okay.
But you know, we're here in 305 though, all love too, always. But yeah, from South Florida, man, basically.
All right. So who was Tony before the Vision?
Tony was actually is a nickname I had as a child in my childhood, so it kind of just stuck. And then when I got basically thrown into doing runway shows, I didn't even know anything about runway shows or what that even mean or what that consists of.
Okay.
And we started it and it was like, we need a name for the brand. So I was like, all right, so Tony, I had this tunnel vision mindset. And when I lock into something, I just see it through. That's always been the goal. So we just put the visions at the end and it was like, boom. So we got Tony Visions. They're like, all right, it's a cool name. Cool, let's run with it.
Yeah. So you started it with friends or with family?
I started 7 years ago in another clothing brand. I just jumped into 50/50 to just printing shirts, more clothing brand stuff, and then I branched off as an independent designer.
Okay.
So once I was carrying a lot of weight, you know, and really learning the ins and outs of the game. So I branched off as just an independent designer, and that's where I started on my own as Tony Visions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what made you want to transition from the t-shirts to the customs?
I mean, I realized, you know, the clothing brand is cool, but that's a business, you know. Everything's a business at the end of the day, but a clothing brand is, you know, we make clothes to sell clothes, period, that's it. Obviously, there's cool creativity to it, but I mean, as an independent designer, I mean, I learned how to sew from scratch. I mean, I learned like there's a lot more to it. As an artist, you learn that anything you put on, anything you wear, that's a sense of empowerment. So I started making customs like 5-6 years ago. Okay. And everybody was buying them. Everybody around the music engineers, artists, all type of stuff. And you know, I realized that's what I do to empower people. Is I put something on their backs and like boom, that's it.
Facts.
So I was like, this is working for me, and I just couldn't stop. So I was like, let's just keep going with it. If anybody's not with it, then you know we keep going no matter what. So,
of course.
Yeah.
So you saying you designed these?
Yeah, these are.
Or did you make it from scratch?
So this one is as a sample piece we designed. This one is a restorated piece. So I do cut and sew, I do embroidery, I do vintage restoration, I do customs. I mean, to me, it's just fabric at the end of the day, everything. Like there's times where I'll find a XXX woman's shirt and I just take it because I mean, it's fabric. I can literally cut it down and get a roll of fabric out of it and create a skirt or a shirt. Like it's all fabric at the end of the day. Okay. So whatever it takes to make the piece come to life, like, I mean, I make it happen, you know?
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
That's real creativity. So how do you keep your moments consistent?
It's tough, bro. I mean, for sure. I definitely, especially now where I'm at, I try to like harness that energy, that creative energy. I don't like taking jobs of stuff that I don't really love to do because I know it wouldn't like properly, I won't be able to get my 100% into it. So.
Okay. So you want to give your all?
Always, yeah. Especially at this level. I've been there. I've done so much before. So like, and I'm at the point I know if I take a job, even if it's just money here and there, if I don't love it, like I won't be able to give it my all. So I mean, I just try my best to keep my foot in the game always. not even try, it just happens.
Yeah.
Like genuine. I believe in genuine connection.
Facts,
You know?
facts. Yeah, energy speaks.
Energy is everything, bro.
Yeah.
And you learn that when you deal with more and more people.
Yeah.
For sure. You learn how to go this way, that way, what feels right. And you learn from a lot of mistakes too, given a lot
Facts.
of opportunities and chances. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Trust that intuition. So where we at right now, man?
We
Let us
here,
know.
Vision House Studios, Wynwood, Miami. This is our laboratory. This is a full service production, venue, space, everything you need. But more than that, it is my personal laboratory where I use to create all day, every day. So
Just where all the magic happens.
this is the hub. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. For
So-
now, you know, never know where we'll be next year, 10 years. But right now, this is where all that energy is going into.
It's home.
Yeah, it's home for now. Yeah.
Okay. So are you into creating models or do they have to already be model material?
It's a great question, actually. I think both. I mean, I always try to say my door is open in every aspect. You know, it's a matter of when you walk in, is something that we need right now or not, or is it something that you're gonna actually pull through with. You know, when it comes to creating models, I love doing that because it's giving people opportunity. Like one way I've maintained to build a solid foundation is, you know, I work with new people all the time. I'm always up for collabs if it's something that I think we could genuinely build off of.
Okay.
So I mean, all it takes is that first step for a model to work with the right designer, get some dope photos, some dope cosigns, and then they can genuinely start their career if they really are consistent and want to.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, there's certain things when you got to get it done. You got to make sure this model is legit, knows what she's doing. If there's a budget for that, like that's when it's like it's business. If I pay you, then you have to do everything I tell you to do. Like
exactly.
No friendly stuff. Like all my collabs, I'm always like, yo, whatever you want to do. Like this is a collab. We're working together. We're both building something through this. So
yeah,
it has to be, like you said, like genuine connections. You know.
Okay. So who's been your greatest collab thus far?
Model wise.
Model, and have you done collabs with other designers or other lines?
I've collabed with every sense of people. I mean, that's a tough question, but I love everybody, man. But I mean, some of the dopest models I worked with, probably like Gina Turner. She was killing on I think it was America's Next Top Model and all that stuff, and she helped me get a big spike in my career. That was probably like 3-4 years now.
Okay.
I mean, I would say my best collabs are the people that I still work with, like my photographer Michael Hersey.
Okay.
I met him about 4 years ago, and he put me on to like quality visuals. So like that stuff like that started off as a collab, you know, boom, boom, and then, you know, we start working together constantly, and then we're both just building everything that we touch.
Okay.
And then obviously, you know, I've worked with the people like ROV Productions, shout out ROV Productions.
Yeah.
You know, we started with them with new videos, maybe 4, I don't even remember, but you know, we have great connections, not even to this day, you know.
Okay. So what inspired the King David collection?
So my government name is David. So I was born David.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so
you a David?
I don't really drop that, but you know, rather keep that for the court systems and stuff. Right? But I mean, so I mean, that was my birth name, and I was King David has always been a historical thing for me. I mean, that's what I was named after.
Okay.
The logo right here.
You mean like King David from the Bible?
From the Bible, yeah.
Okay.
Like the story of King David Goliath, a bunch of all that stuff. We don't have to get into the whole script, but that's where I got it from. And this is also me. I'm slowly becoming pulling the Tony Visions as more of a clothing brand. So then the David would be a actual like fully single designer because I work for other companies, I work for other brands, so I can't work for another clothing brand as my clothing brand, you know.
Okay. So are you saying we're gonna see that line like in like Target or something like that?
You're gonna see the full name like later down the road. I'm working on that's gonna be more like strictly haute couture, like full like these pieces are gonna be like bands, like, you know, these are the ones that
like
I'm working
Gucci
on.
Type-ish.
Yeah, like all hand sewn, everything, a few $1,000s. Tony Visions is street luxury. I specifically do it to make luxurious clothing affordable. So I try to blend streetwear, luxury wear, and just try to meet it in the middle, you know? So you can look like you rocking Gucci if that's what it is, and it's going to be better than that. And, and cheaper too. Like you can still actually pay rent in a nice apartment. You know?
You ain't gotta go broke over
it. Like it's for the streets, you know, but that's our motive with it.
Okay. Yeah. So you say you like to keep it affordable, right? So when it comes to your fee, what's your thoughts when you hear yo, bro, work with me.
What? I mean, being in Miami, that's like I go to sleep and I hear that. Just, I mean, like friends, we go to New York, Paris, London, and you know, people. I feel like there's a better transition of money that's just always flowing. People pay more for art, like whatever it is they value. In Miami, this like kind of right now, especially now, it's like party city. People would rather pay $1,000 for a bottle than $300 for a custom jacket that's gonna last you forever. But
True.
I mean, obviously there's certain people who know the difference, but majority of clientele, until you get into the right markets and try to like stick to that. But things I get it because I grew up like that too.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And when I was until now, even now I probably won't pay $300 for a piece, you know. But
I know, yo.
But it is what it is. But if you buy it, I mean, you got to understand what you're buying. It's like a wearable art form. You know, it's gonna last. Like you get by pieces, you're not throwing it away. Period. Like it's not. There's not gonna be a reason to. It's gonna be a custom piece. Some of the pieces you might not be able to wear again just because it's so fly. If somebody took a picture and if you're in it, it's kind of done. So then you gotta frame it. Like, keep it in the closet. I mean, resell it in a few years, everything's gonna go up. But I mean, I try to focus on pieces like that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we do have like the manufactured streetwear as well, t-shirts, shorts that are like from the $20 to like $50 range.
For real?
Yeah, that's like the easy stuff.
Just
yeah, I got you, bro. I have to gift you some stuff before you leave too.
Hell yeah,
I mean,
sponsorship.
I got you, bro. I gotta wear it on the next podcast too.
No, facts.
But yeah, man, we try to keep it affordable and for everybody, you know, by all means.
I wasn't aware of that at first because I'm seeing some of the stuff. I saw the bulletproof vest. I was like,
I mean, we go
gotta
hard,
run
bro.
You some stacks.
Yeah, so I mean, we do tons of runway shows. I think runways are like, that's where we put out the statements of like what this brand looks like, what it represents.
Yeah.
Even if you can't buy it, I mean, you can go check out what we do have that's affordable, and it's the vibe of what you're getting on the runway, you know?
Okay. So how important is a runway, like especially Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week for a designer coming out?
I think runways could be either very important or it could be meaningless. I mean, like before COVID, like three years into that prior COVID, we did almost like 200 runway shows in 3 years. Like, cause I used to just bust out shows. I mean, anything and everywhere, small shows, hole in the wall shows, huge shows, big shows. I say yes to everything, you know, and now we're obviously limiting down to what we're saying yes to without validation. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of those small shows and things that I said yes to, they wind up plugging me into something, you know. It could be a horrible show. I could have met one person at that show and be like, yo, dope. Like, and then next, you know, come to my show or come to this event, boom, boom, then make a few $1,000, great connections. Like,
so you selling your stuff at the show?
Ideally, yeah. I mean, I think everything's always for sale, bro. If you see it, it's there. Everything's for sale. Whatever you want this shirt, I'll give it to you, bro. Like, but everything's always for sale. We are working on. I mean, everything's always on the website too. But we're working on when we do these shows to have it just like in your face, like boom, cataloged for all the runway participants. Everything, but yeah, all of that's for sure. There is some pieces that we make that are just like pure statement pieces. Okay. And again, it is for sale, but I mean, I don't expect anybody to wear it on a regular day basis unless you're like doing something that's statement worthy, you know?
So they can't just go to Walmart in it.
I mean, you could, but every single person is gonna look at you. I mean, if you need that, it's cool. Yeah. But I mean, some stuff aren't your Walmart clothes. Yeah, for sure.
I feel you. So do you think, to ask you a question, kind of switch gears, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you think women nowadays, you think they dressing for fashion reasons or they're dressing for validation?
Oof. I think there's a fine line between that, you know, especially down here. I mean, definitely not as much fashion prone. I mean, most stuff everything looks great, but it's all usually fast fashion stuff and stuff that they go and throw away within a year probably, or it breaks or something. But there's definitely a big network of fly women for sure, where they know fashion, and I love that because I don't think I'm even that good of a dresser. You see me, I'm usually wearing all black. Like I don't really care about all that. I just try to just blend into stuff. But then
facts.
I meet so many girls, and I'm like, yo, you're fly, yo. Like we gotta work, we gotta do something, and I notice stuff like that, and it's like it's just in them. Like a lot of women they just fly. Like they put together some wild outfit. Like, damn, how does that work? I don't know, but it's fly.
But I made it work.
Yeah, that's cool. But there's definitely a select network of women like that. Okay. I would say majority probably not, but I think, you know, less is more sometimes.
No, facts.
Yeah.
So how you keep your cool around all that estrogen?
Oh man. Let's see anybody talking now, kid. I mean, nah, it's been a long time coming, bro. I mean, I have nothing but respect for women.
Okay.
You know, I've always valued my mother. I have a 9-year-old daughter too. Like,
Okay.
I have nothing but respect for women. I think I've grown to learn that, you know, everybody's beautiful at the end of the day. There's outer beauty, there's inner beauty, and a lot of that outer beauty isn't really beauty too. You know, so especially
Correct.
living in Miami, it's not hard to find beautiful women.
Yeah.
I used to just, when I first started coming to Miami, I would just drive. I would almost crash every day, you know. But we're people, you know, and, and especially when it comes to working, you know, we're all beautiful people just trying to work, you know. And last thing I need is my name to be, you know, messed up, and I just don't really try to dabble in any of that, you know.
So you be ignoring the DMs.
To an extent, yeah, but I don't feed into any type of stuff like that for sure.
Okay.
As much as possible. I mean, I think I've been doing pretty well for about 4 or 5 years, you know.
So you think it's the faith that keeps you disciplined like that?
I think it's the faith 1,000%, and then also just, you know, my respect for women too. Yeah, okay. I think I think women are, you know, they to an extent they run the world, you know, but to really give them the opportunity to not, you know, to have that respect from a man, I think it should go vice versa for a woman to a man, you know?
No, correct.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So how'd you get that opportunity to work with, to style Azealia Banks?
Yeah. That came through from one of my super close dudes, Jake Infamous. Shout out Jake Infamous. He's running all the clubs at nighttime in Miami.
Okay.
Huge guy. That man's got every celebrity in his pocket right now down here. But, you know, it's just like him. Anytime we have dope connects with our network, we try to plug people in how we can. Okay. So I mean, I met Azealia, and, you know, we clicked. We're both assholes. We're both very blunt. She's just way more outspoken than me.
Yeah.
But I love that about her, and we talk all the time. Like every day we send texts, we talk. We're working on projects right now, all that stuff.
Okay. Keep the relationship
like
up.
we were saying, genuine connections. Like I've worked with, I've spoken with, I've had opportunities with so many celebrities. But I just really feel like, you know, I just don't like working on ungenuine connections.
Okay.
Like if you're the biggest celebrity, everybody want to work with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, let's work. Cool. I work with you. You might never co-sign it. You might just waste all my time, you know, like, as opposed to like me, like, I know co-signing is a huge thing in the industry. Like, you need that co-sign on board.
Yeah.
And I've always low-key like hated that. You know what I mean? Okay. It makes sense to build quicker, but I just know that there's nothing better than like an organic like movement of people. Okay. You know, like with genuine, like, so a lot of celebrities, they see my stuff, they'll be like, sometimes they reach out to us now, like, you know, like, so I mean, we're working on, I have my team, my networking team, they're trying to pull that away from me so that they could just talk to them, because otherwise I'll be like, I don't want to talk to this guy. Like, yeah. What is this? The Tupac resurrected? He don't like me, bro. I'm not gonna talk to him. You know, but but it's essential from a business aspect for sure. Okay. But right now we're trying to like blend that a little bit more, so, you know, I could work on the actual concepts of the brand and what we create, and have our like PRs work on those connections, whether they're genuine or not. So then they can also weigh it out, you know. Yeah. I don't want no beef with no celebs because they said something and I'm gonna get mad. Like, yeah.
So did you ever have any struggles on what you wanted to take on for yourself versus how you would delegate the work?
I think every day, bro, for sure. I mean, that's one of the hardest things. Like I talk to this with my team all the time. Like, I mean, the goal is always to like, I think for anybody, to do less and make more. You know, but I work so many different avenues of so many projects and things, but it's always better to have people that you trust, you know, and delegate stuff to them and know that they're able to do it. Because like I said, I've done so many collabs and work with people. I bring people in, out, they leave, whatever it is. But like, if something doesn't get done, then nothing got done. You know, every wheel's got to turn for a car to work. So, I mean, that's something that we're still is an ongoing thing right now too. Okay. So once we get more capital, you know, my goal is to first, you know, pay as many people as possible to make our lives easier and everybody to eat. So, but yeah, I mean, I think as an artist, I think any artist has that issue. Like some of the best artists, they die when they're young. You got like Picasso, fucking Tupac, Nirvana, Biggie. People like Jimi Hendrix, like they're so dope that they're so focused on their art that they never got to balance it and, you know, manage their art to make their life more balanced, you know? So a lot of times, and that's what we specifically, like, we didn't want to like do that. Like, I don't want to go down that route. As much as easy it is to just slip and just go wild and be the best artist in the world, but you need everything else. Yeah. Because there's artists better than me everywhere, I'm sure. But it's not about the art you put out sometimes. It's a full service of things. Correct. You need good art, you need management, you need to be out there, you need to be making money, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like But there's a lot to it, you know. But it's tough for artists like that to focus on everything, you know. But that's definitely the goal for sure.
Okay, so I heard you say you ain't go to school for none of this. Right. So how long did it take you to build up the courage to put your stuff out to the world?
So when I first started about 7 years ago, I kind of just jumped into, I got like a 3,500 square foot warehouse with like 10 units, a garage, 2 floors, and we just subleased it to like 7 really dope artists that were also building, and I was just the head of that. And there, when we had the brand, I got the sewing machine. There's one thing that I heard Kanye say a long time ago, and he was like, you know, if I'm gonna sell clothes, I want to know how to make it. Yeah. As is like, it's a saying in many things. If you're gonna sell this, you should know how to make it, whatever. Correct. To really love it. So then I was like, you know what? Boom. I went to Walmart, $60 sewing machine, and you know, I started just sewing, just grabbing pieces, cutting pieces, whatever it is. And I would say within like about 6 months, you know, I was getting decent. You know, I started with just customs. You know, I could take the arms of that off, put it on this. You know, whatever it is. Yeah. It's all the same thing. You unroll it, put it back together. But that was just a leap I took, and just actually physically doing stuff. Like I always felt like that was like a stress relief in my mind. Like once I zone into something, I go. Like if I'm making a collection, like I could get a collection done in like 2 nights if I really just, you know, just sit down, get in the zone and go for 12, 24 hours and just go crazy, you know, just let my craft like come to light. Okay. But
so you say you got a 7, hold on, I don't want to misquote you. Yeah. The building that you said you got. Yeah. If I'm trying to start. Yeah. How I'm getting the bread to do this? Were you working at a 9 to 5?
Yeah. Before that, when I did that, I just left. I just got from. I was doing paralegal work back and forth. Okay. So that was good because I learned how to talk white collar and stuff. Learn all the little stuff.
You learned the lingo.
I learned the lingo. Okay. And I got in with everybody, you know. But yeah. I mean, yeah, I had a little bit of bread, and you know that was in Coral Springs. So you know the Miami market is way different. Okay. So Coral Springs, it was affordable. I mean, I'm trying to look now because I don't know if it's still as affordable. We were only paying like $2,600 a month. Okay. For that much space. It was industrial, but you know. It was everything we needed at the time. Like I always say, like those 3 years that we were there, like that was my school. And to this day, there's a lot of artists that were in there and like they're doing real big stuff now too. Okay. Like, so it used to be every day, at least 40, 50 people would be in and out. Like just, cause we had engineers upstairs, we had a photo studio, everything just makeshift. Like we didn't know what we were doing. The cops would get called on us all the time. We got raided like 3 times. What? Like, they think that
y'all throwing parties up in there?
You know, everything's a party. We're young, but we're working. Okay. Creating. Okay. You know, our work might look a little bit different to the 9 to 5. To the 9 to 5 white man next door to us. You know. Yeah. Like, I mean, they never took us to jail, so we did something right. Like,
no, facts.
I had to get out before it got too hot, but
yeah, you know, hell yeah.
But
yo, so how does knowing your purpose give you meaning to your pain?
That's dope. I actually had that convo with somebody, I think. I forget who, somebody told me a long time ago, like, when you're going through life, you know, you're going through struggles, you're going through trials and tribulations and pain. And that just, all that means is that you're alive, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't feel that. Like you say when you're hungry, if you're not hungry anymore, you really living, like, we live to eat, we eat to live, you know, like, and I just know that I've touched enough people already to it makes sense, you know. It makes sense what I'm doing, and even if I want to stop, like I try all the time, bro. I can't. Like, okay, I'll be like, all right, I'm done. 3 minutes later, like I'm about to go over there real quick and do this right here. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think pain is love, pain is passion. You know, I think it's part of the game, no matter what. They call it growing pains for a reason. You don't feel that unless you're growing. No, for real. But you gotta like get over that. I mean, we go through so much stuff all the time, you know. Correct. Like there's days where I don't know if I'm gonna have $1 tomorrow, and there's days where I have too many dollars. Like it's all part of the process. And like you said, like having faith for me is everything.
Okay.
Because I just don't question nothing anymore. If it feels right, I do it. If the door is open, I go through it. If it's closed, I go around. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for me personally, faith is everything. Yeah, and I think pain is, you know, God gives his strongest battles to his soldiers, his best soldiers. So
Correct.
Like, that's something that I've always felt like we're all just a soldier of God at some point.
No,
It's who's the lieutenants, who's the pawns, who's the soldier. Like you,
Yeah.
what level you at, you know, and how far do you want to grow?
Exactly.
That's on how much pain you can take.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So what's the feeling you get knowing that you can employ people?
My pockets get a little tight when I think about that, you know, but we're working on that. Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, everybody just wants to do what they love and have fun doing it and make stuff count for other people. So, I mean, it's a great feeling for sure. But like I said, once you pay somebody, it's a different vibe. So then obviously I don't express that if I'm paying you like, oh, I'm so happy I'm paying you money for this. Like, thank you. Obviously it's like, oh, you want to work for free? Perfect, let's do it. But I mean, if the money's there, by all means, I'd rather pay people at this point. Because if I pay you, guaranteed we good. Like everything's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If not,
I can tell
you're
you what to
done.
do.
Like, yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's a great feeling, you know.
Okay.
But
Do you think pay could be inexperience?
pain,
Yeah.
for sure. I think it's an ever-going experience. Definitely. I mean, we're all here. The human experience is why we're here.
Right.
So I think that pain is solely from our physical body, for the most part. I mean, that's part of the process. You know, all that mental pain that people go through, as real as it is and as real as it can be, but it is a mental thing, and people always find a way to overcome that. I always say like that's like the one super power that humans have.
Yeah.
Like it's adaptation. Like any human being, whether you know it or not, you will adapt to something. Even no matter how bad it is, you'll adapt to it. By the time you do, you won't even remember it probably, but you adapted. Like
exactly.
animals, other things can't do that. It's not that easy to adapt. Like we'd be like, damn, I just lost my best friend. I just broke up with this. Damn, life is horrible. But you will at some point adapt. You get locked up for life, you're probably gonna adapt. Yeah. Like, and if you don't adapt, then you know what happens. Like, game over. But it gets to a point where what you want to do. Like, you still in the race or not? Like,
Exactly.
But
Trust me. So how do you track your progression?
How do I track my progression? Man, that's another thing everybody's yelling at me about right now. I just had some great meetings with some dope investors, but tracking progression is something I haven't done enough. But that's something that we have to work on, like as far as like numbers, what we're doing, how we did this show, that show. But I mean, I look back on who's around a lot, you know. That's for me, like that's like an artist thing to say probably. Yeah. But it's like I look at my people who I put on, how they're doing, how everybody around me doing, like everybody's good, like who's hungry, like, you know. I think that's my primary way of tracking it for now. Like, am I driving the same car as last year? Am I still paying the same rent as last year? Like, am I still like being cheap on this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I bigger this year? Am I skinnier this year? Like, do I need to work out because I'm getting fat? Like, you know, like it's different. That's like a mental tracking progression. But I mean, for me, I think that's important because I'm trying to focus on the overhead of everything we're putting together, you know? Yeah. But
all right. So how you spending the bread?
Bread?
Material things?
Oh,
or
man, you have to cut the camera off for that, bro. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, honestly, bro, like I've made a lot of money in my life, but I'd say like probably 80% of that profit goes back into my business. You know, like, yeah, I go out, like to, whenever I get bags, like I love to spend money. Like I love spending money. If I'll be out, I just got a bag, you know what, drinks on me, everybody, you know, but that's unnecessary all the time. But I mean, I spend almost everything on myself, on the brand, on collections, on new equipment, on new products, on paying people. Like, I mean, that's money that's not like always a direct return on investment, but it's something that you can't lose. Like, you know, it's there no matter what, even if it's not a physical thing. Like, you invested into certain people. Like I like with my collection, I do like 2-3 collections a year, maybe 1 or 2 campaigns. A lot of the video people that I work with, you know, I grew up with, like when I started. So people are down to do it for free, but I have the money. Like I'd rather pay them. Like, shoot them something. Yeah, like my last the Genesis film, we did a short film, like an 8-minute film. Released it in the movie theaters, everything. Like the people who did that for me, like it's a team of like 6. Like, those are my guys. Like I was watching them create videos before I started sewing. So they probably would have done it for next to free, but I paid them like almost $2,000 because that's their rate. I had the budget and we wanted to get it done.
Okay.
So I mean, that's part of the progression.
That's major.
Yeah.
So do you pay attention to the competition, or you just stay in your own lane?
Oh man, there's no competition, bro.
Ah.
There's no competition ever, bro. I hope every artist feels that way. I hope every single artist I ever talk to thinks they're better than me. Every artist should feel like they're the best no matter what. Okay. If you sit here next to an artist, like, damn, bro, how can I be like you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think everybody should feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, people always talk about what's trending. I'm horrible with that. I always tell people I don't know anybody. Like, unless you're a fam to me, like I really know you. Like, I mean, I'm not worried about what's going on. I think stuff like that subliminally like dilutes your creative concepts. If I'm watching a Chanel show for a week and then I got to design a collection next week, I'm probably gonna design something that looks kind of like that, even if it's not intentional. But like it's in there
because you saw it and subconsciously you picked it up.
I'm a sponge, bro. Like anything going on around me, blah blah blah. Like it's subconscious stuff that you just soak.
Yeah.
So like I don't even try. I just don't really have interest in a lot of stuff. And a lot of the designers, I mean, if I like it, like then it has to catch my eye, but I don't really like soak in too much competition or anything like that.
Okay, so if there was a fashion designer versus, who would you want to go up against?
Oh man, he's dead, but Alexander McQueen, bro.
Okay.
Or Virgil if he was still alive. I would have loved to go against him, but I mean, I can't think of anybody that like, that sounds fun. We were actually working on a project called Designer Wars or something like that.
Okay.
Like that same concept, that would be super
dope. That would be cool,
I'd
bro.
be all with it. I mean, anybody and everybody can sign up. That's coming to you soon. We got to get
Facts.
Talk Gray out there too. You got to host it, bro.
Yeah, I'm with it, man.
Let's do it, bro. Because that would be fire, man. Because you know what? That's cool because a lot of designers, that, like I do pay attention when like people talk a lot, but like you're kind of trash, bro. Like you gotta. Even if you're not trash, like you got a long way to go.
Yeah, you ain't there yet.
You ain't there. Even if you got the best designs, that you could be trash because everything don't match. Like you're not ready. Like you gotta really have that hunger to go the extra mile always. Like some designer wars or something like that. That'd be fire. Bro. Yeah, that'd be cool. Put people. It's not necessarily losing. It's just like, all right, this person might have beat you on a certain aspect of it. There's always levels to grow. So But if you bring it to somebody and you're going head to head, it's like we know what we're battling against. Like
exactly.
Dope. I'm game, bro.
Yo, I'm with that too, bro. We gotta set it up.
There you go. You heard it here first. We're doing it.
Exactly. So how you get inspired to coordinate all your styles?
Like I was saying, like I feel like I'm kind of like a sponge, like.
Okay.
Like I don't really talk much to too many people unless they're close to me or we're talking with dope people like you or whatever. And different businesses, but I try to keep my mouth shut a lot and just absorb. I think the world is never ending with so much crazy stuff going on, and it's just it's so much that you can learn from it. Because at the end of the day, we're doing our time here for as long as possible. But it's what we leave here when we go, and so on. Like you're leaving legacies and stuff. You can't do that without paying attention to culture of past culture of future culture. Like
so you pull from different cultures.
I pay attention to what's going on in the world for sure, like what's going on in the community, what's going on in families' lives, like all that stuff definitely has an effect on my creations. Like, and when I do collections, I mean, I used to notice it. I don't know if it's the same anymore, but I used to, like, when I'm doing a collection, like I'll basically turn into a different person for that whole creative process. Like, cause I'm in this collection, the feel in this collection that I want everybody else to feel, whether you buy it, see it, whatever it is, I want to feel that way. So it's genuine, you know what I mean? Like when you see something on the runway, and if even it's a whole runway collection, and it's like I want you to feel X way. However, that like my last one on King David, it was like a little bit dark, but like a little bit of shine, a little bit of edge. I wanted people to feel that, cause I wanted them to feel like this is really dope, kind of dark, kind of weird, but but I get it. That's what I feel like the world is right now. It's pretty dark. We're good here, but we get it. Like there's some shit going on in the world. Yeah. Like the statement piece was a pink angel corset with wings and blood and bullets sewn to it. Okay. It's a beautiful dress, but there's certain things at hand that were inspired behind all this beauty and there's reality to a lot of beauty and a lot of stuff that comes from that. You know?
Yeah. So that's what got you to do the NFT. Are we gonna see Tony Visions in the metaverse?
I'm working on it, bro. As much as I hate it, I'm working on it, bro. I like right here, right now, always. But you know, I'm moving with the trends how I can. Yeah. We're working on the King David collection is gonna come out as NFTs too.
Okay.
So that'll be the first NFT drops.
That's
we
gonna
have
be hard.
A bunch of stuff. Yeah. It's crazy because I have a pretty decent like network of crypto NFTs and stuff, but I just haven't like jumped in it yet. But it's on the way. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I'm not in a race with anybody right now.
Yeah. Do you see yourself branching off into anything else? You look like you could be an actor.
I appreciate that, bro. I actually submitted something yesterday.
Okay, see?
I'd be down, bro. Actually, I had some opportunities, and you know, I have a problem with showing up sometimes. So, but yeah.
Really? You got a problem showing up?
I mean, unless it's, when I say, I'm going to do this and you're paying me for something I don't do, it's like, I want to, but how much energy I got in me right now. But yeah, I could definitely do that. I mean, I visuals are everything for me too. We produce a lot of videos. I mean, I do a lot of screenwriting, a lot of stuff. I definitely am going to be doing more of that as far as like direction on films that we create. I'm creating more short films. Okay. So I mean, that's another like director stuff. Okay. But, I mean, I'm all for everything, bro.
So you look like you could be in a Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boys 4?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm one of the dealers, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The Tony. There you go, bro. That's what it is. I mean, whatever it is, the money's there, the placement's there. I mean, I'm down for it. Okay. But you know, one step at a time. I hate one thing I learned is like you can't take on too much stuff. Like there's so many times I've been just too drained, and I got like even today I'm doing like 4 things within like 4 hours today. Before this, like we're jumping back to back, but and if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, but yeah, I'm open for anything. You got any projects? Let me know, bro.
Okay,
you know anybody?
Y'all about to hit you up, bro.
I got you. I'm gonna have to go tell Mike to shoot me a headshot and
He
everything.
does. Trust me.
But
so where can people get your stuff at?
So we do appointments right here at Vision House in Wynwood. We do exclusive appointments. We'll bring you in, show you everything we have. Right now we have like over like 300 custom pieces. Okay. And then we have tons of manufactured pieces too. Also online, tonyvisions.us. You can shop through our Instagram at tonyvisions. At tonyvisions everything. DM us, email us, whatever it is. I mean, you can buy what I'm wearing right now. Plenty of times I've sold stuff right off the runway. I get off. You want it, take it, bro. Like,
that's what's up, bro.
Everything's available, man.
That's what's up, bro. Yo, I appreciate you coming out and making the time for me.
Nah, no doubt. I appreciate you coming, bro. It's great talking,
of course.
Bro.
Yo, your stuff is dope, man. I always been a fan.
Thank you. Let's go dress you up too, bro.
Facts. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Williams. I Talk Gray. We signing out.